conformity strikes again. This update's going to be about the ERB, which we did yesterday, which stands for Ethical Review Board, and the Consultancy Protocol. So basically a consultancy protocol has us talking to another group of a psychology statistics project, and basically we're explaining our project to them. They aren't asking any questions. That's the first step. So that takes about 5 minutes of us giving an overview of our dilemma, question, issue, whatever we're trying to address with our project. And then after that, you have 3 minutes of them asking you clarifying questions, which aren't very deep questions. So nothing asking why or how, just simply so they can understand more the kind of overarching ideas of your experiment. And then you have 3 minutes of them asking you probing questions, which are now the how and why, and more detailed and in-depth questions about your project. And then you have a 7-minute discussion about the dilemma, issue, or question. And this is actually the other group talking back to you about your project to see how clear they understand it and how much they know the issue about your project. Yeah. And then the final portion of it is 3 minutes of kind of us as the presenters reflecting on either what we've learned from the other groups bringing up about the ethical issues that may have been presented or brought up by the other group, and kind of seeing where we want to go and continue with the project. So we did this as well as the ERB, which asks simple questions, kind of like, could subjects be physically harmed, or is there anything that's ethically wrong with your project? And we found that there wasn't anything that was distinctly an issue with our project. Right, so the ERB for us was, or for everyone, it's kind of your own self-evaluation of what you've done so far in your project, and ethically if you're violating any people's rights. And so physically and emotionally, we're not harming anyone with our project, and so we didn't see that that was a problem. The places that we are going to be making changes after going through the consultancy protocol and the ERB is probably making more of an effort to get a variety of subjects. We were thinking that, yes, it might be easier to go into office spaces where we have a controlled environment, but that would only get one type of, let's just say, a business person or whatever type of office that we're going into. So we need to make more of an effort for variety. And then another thing that we're going to add is adding randomization to the people that we do pick out on the street, so that it's not just whoever we see, but it's a little bit more random. And so that would, for example, be flipping a coin to see, is our next subject going to be a boy or a girl? And then we would pick a number or so and see how many people pass by, like every 5 women if we coin flipped and we got a woman as our next subject. So the 5th woman would be the person that we test. And then one other precaution that was brought up that we kind of addressed when we did it, but we're really just going to make sure that we're clear because it is an allergy, giving people food, making sure that there's no allergies to chocolate or any of the ingredients that were used in baking the cookies. And just in general, we weren't really surprised by the observations or questions that we received from the other group that was hearing about our project. We were kind of grateful, and it was very beneficial, as we've said before, with the changes that we think we're going to make, because it's kind of eye-opening to get an outside person's opinion on your own project. Especially because they bring up issues or questions that we just never even considered. Right, and I think that, or we as a group have come to a conclusion that we do meet ethical standards going off of our ERB, just as well as in general, and also that we kind of feel very good and confident about the precautions we've already taken. For example, we listed the ingredients on the homemade sign that we have for our cookies, as well as kind of made it more of a comfortable experience for someone on the street to trust us with what we're presenting them, as opposed to being a little sketchy, giving people food on the street. And I think that performing the protocol for another group was a little bit strange, to kind of sit there and listen to them talk about their own project, but again, it was very cool to hear what other groups are coming up with. Yeah, and it was helpful to, even just reflecting back, like having to reflect on another group's project and think about a different branch of psychology and how they can expand their project to make it better, or issues that they need to address. Yep, so that concludes this segment of our consultancy protocol and ERB reflections. So tune in next time for our next update. Bye!